Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mimic Loaf. Tonight we are going to be continuing our Adventures in the Astral Sea campaign. First few notes before we begin and get into it. Our resident old man, Bug Boy, is not feeling well tonight, so he will be missing tonight's session.
He's got a bug.
He's got a bug. He's got himself. Wow. And I think that is it. There is obviously somebody still on the overlay. I wonder why. We will find out specifically.
I'm out of here.
Okay. Sorry, Drew. Can't play anymore. Sol said so. Yeah. We'll get back into it, I guess. So with a Drew, let's get into it. Well, I must have screwed it up. Oopsies.
Uppies.
Right. So, take it away.
All right. Am I centered? Have I got center stage?
Yeah. You are the stage.
So, thank good. Before we
thank good.
Thank good.
I did say thank fuck to the barista today, so.
Before we get into the recap, I'd just like to thank our sponsors. First sponsor, Stabby Joe & Co. Am I pointing to the right side of the screen?
Yes.
Stabby Joe & Co. Makers of fine clothing and other sundries. If you go on to the Stabby Joe website, you will see plenty of very cool designs, shirts, shorts, jacket. There's a Mimic Loaf collab with a relatively new shirt as well from our other campaign that we have, our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. So if you want to know about that shirt and know the inside joke, you should come watch us next Tuesday for our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. And there's also a Death Knell Zero collab, friend of the stream. So yeah, if you go to Stabby Joe & Co. and use code MIMIC5 at checkout, you get 5% off your order. So yes, definitely go check them out. Long-time sponsor from the start, actually. We love them very much, near and dear to our hearts. And our other sponsor on this side of the screen is Dubby. Dubby is a jitterless energy blend that you can use for all sorts of things, mostly to keep you energized, but you can use that energy for whatever you would like, whatever your heart desires. If you go to dubby.gg and use code MIMICLOAF, you get 10% off your order. So go check out them, both of our sponsors. Love you very much. And now into the recap. So the session started and we were standing around. We had those 6 robots that Sol had requisitioned. They had gained sentience as well. I've got written here also vampiric robots. I don't think they were actual vampires. They just looked vampiric.
I mean, they ran on blood, I'm pretty sure.
Did they? Did they actually run on blood?
I think they did.
Or was that a joke?
They do run on blood.
Okay. So does that mean he has to change out the blood every now and then?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So they are vampiric robots. They do indeed run on blood.
Sol is now a night nurse.
Yeah. So as we kind of progressed through the castle, we came across a room full of a really nice smelling smoke. It smelled differently to it smelled different depending on who you asked. And Sharpok couldn't resist the smell of cooking meat. And he charged headfirst into the smoke, and John also followed him. They each were confronted with their worst fears. I can't remember what Sharpok's was, but I know that John's was his amulet being destroyed, or the gemstones being destroyed.
Sharpok affected. That's why you didn't see his fear. You made the save.
Oh, I thought Sharpok was the one that fell, because you got damaged, and you took damage. Yes, yeah. So John failed his wisdom saving throw and saw his worst fear, and then took some damage when something slashed him across the face, I think. Oh yeah, and then after that we decided smartly to continue on and not investigate that room. We then found an empty room full of empty boxes where we had a long rest. Oh my god, I just remember what happened at the end of last session. Fuck! Alright. I just read it at the bottom of my notes and went, holy shit! So as the party continued through the castle, they found a unicorn, or what they originally thought was a unicorn. And they kind of became friends with it and were patting it, and they're like, oh, this is a really nice unicorn. And then the unicorn revealed its true form, and I've got it written here, turns out unicorn is basically a demon. It was a big, gaunt, skeletal-looking horse creature that fed on carcasses of whatever, really. And we tried to convince it to come with us, but it decided to stay, and we were all very sad. What was I can't remember what the Princess Sparklehoof, I think, was the name of the unicorn / demon horse creature. So the next room we entered had the large demonic statue that we kind of backed around a bit, had a look, but nothing came of it. We found the first. Oh, we eventually found the key. After we entered a room with a fountain that pulled people into it until Sharpok climbed up to it and shoved a tentacle in its mouth to stop the singing, and then we continued through the doorway. I've got here. Eventually found key after John got assaulted by magic trap. Because yes, we inspected the door and went, looks good, and then John goes, I will open it, and then got blasted by fire spells. But we managed to find it.
I was gonna say no, it was Ali. You guys are like, oh, check it for Ali, and Ali was like, okay, I'll disarm the traps. I was just there saying I would protect her, so she got attacked.
Oh, that's right. And you were like, okay, yeah, good on you, Sean. Okay, so Sol pulled out the tuning fork to attempt to teleport us off planet. The first attempt didn't work, so Zil ended up giving it a try, which then they teleported off the planet, but they were stuck in the act of teleporting for, what was it, how long? A fucking month?
Yep.
It was like 3 months, wasn't it?
No, I think it was. I've got written here a month.
Yeah, it was.
Because we were there for
4 weeks.
We were there for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then it was a month after we got out. So we teleported out. Zil was hit with a vision, and Sharpok was hit with a vision. Sharpok was hit with a vision of the strands, like millions of strands severing, wasn't it? Something like that. And Zil was hit with a vision of... Oh no, Sharpok was hit with the vision of Bryce killing the mother. Zil was hit with the vision of the creature beneath Shalagoth getting stronger and his connection to it getting stronger. We then found out that Shalagoth crashed into the Mother's Myriad. Fucking so many people are dead. People were dying left and right. King Bryce is now like the most powerful being in the universe. When the party found out they were on Shadowfell, or they weren't on Shadowfell for about a month, they were gone for about a month. We summoned Haku. He was missing an eye. He was covered in bandages. He was on a crutch. Man, it was full on. So we quickly made our way to Haku's ship and what was left of the fleet. I've just got written here, Haku is almost dead. Poncho is almost dead. So we got onto the ship. We found Haku, who was not looking good, looking quite unwell. Zil tried to help. There was a black magical spike sticking out of his chest. Zil tried to help, but only made it worse. Javier, I've got written here, Javier seemingly used all of his magic to save Haku. He tipped out his bottle and made a heroic sacrifice to save Haku's life. And then Zil, kind of reeling from what has just happened, he made his way back to the Golden Air to kind of just, have a little bit of time to himself. John came and found him. They had a little heart-to-heart, which he appreciated and kind of sealed his resolve to help fix things, make things right. And so the party decided that they would head towards Leviathan, the pirate planet, to see if they could enlist the help of the pirates in fighting King Bryce. And see, that was a long recap. That was a long recap.
Yeah, that was a very long recap.
Thank you. There was a lot we had to go over.
So there you guys are. The deck of your Spelljammer creaks gently underfoot, drifting in the vast silence of wild space. Beyond the railing, the scorched brilliance of the Aylmore star looms large, a burning titan of flame and fury. Its surface churns with roiling storms of molten fire, casting long, flickering shadows across the twin hulls of your ship and the scorched, battered vessel to which you are tethered. Above all, there is quiet. Not peace, but the breath before the storm, before the scream. Then it hits. The revelation of Shalagoth's fall into the Mother's Myriad strikes like a blow to the soul. It's more than a report, it's a tremor in the weave, a truth that ripples through the cosmos and through your bones alike. The silence tightens, becomes a pressure in your lungs and a weight on your shoulders, like the stars themselves mourn what was and fear what is to come. High above, a streak of silver fire draws your gaze, a lone comet hurtling toward your position through the dark tapestry of space. Its trajectory is precise, intentional.
How fast is this thing coming? Do we have time to get out of the way?
It'll be here in like days. Like, it's traveling very fast, but it is quite a distance.
That's not good. But we can tell it's heading directly for us.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess we should make tracks. Where's the Nautilus?
It is docked nearby. Like, it is floating off to the side. The robots that you Sol had freed and given conscience, have taken up crewing the Nautilus. Like previously stated, the Nautilus is a slower vessel, so you could definitely take both to Leviathan, or you can just take one. It just will take more time if you're taking both together.
How much longer?
By maybe a day or two.
do we have time to waste?
A hard question. I think.
I would say that we can leave Leviathan here. It's crude. It's not like we're leaving it unguarded.
The Nautilus should be.
The Nautilus, sorry, yeah. What did I say?
Leviathan.
Oh,
You leave
sorry.
the planet right here. We'll just leave the planet
Yeah,
here.
we'll leave the planet. No,
You, like,
I think we can
point
leave.
the keys towards the planet.
I think we can. Yeah, we can leave the Nautilus here. I think for the time being, just so that we can kind of zip around a bit quicker. It's crude and everything, so.
Alternate idea. We can all go in your ship and have the Nautilus come on its own.
Yeah,
just
just
because I
arrive.
imagine we'll be there for a day or two. It's got a full crew of robots anyway.
True.
Cool.
And the new robots we recruited are combat equipped, I believe, as well, aren't they?
They're more combat equipped than the last ones.
Last
that we
ones.
got.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
The last
Which I mean,
ones
it's a
were
strange
the
march, but-
combat. They were the missiles.
Yeah, they
Or
were.
we leave,
Exactly.
yeah, or we can leave the Nautilus with Haku and come back later.
I'm just thinking, what do we need the Nautilus for anything specifically?
Can we
Probably
leave them
not.
Do we leave them to guard Haku and the people?
I think it.
Yeah,
well, I
true.
mean, I feel like
It's another
them
ship
have-
for them to get people away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Them having them having the Nautilus as another ship that they could potentially use.
At least it's
Um,
another crude ship. They can just fill it up
Yeah.
full of people. Don't have to worry about anyone doing anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head off to.
Cool.
Let's head to Leviathan then.
Before you guys, after a little bit of your conversation, before you guys kind of decide on a heading, you guys notice that Ophelia, the young dragon, coiled along the rigging, suddenly stiffens. Her ears prick forward, her nostrils flaring as if catching something on the solar wind. She sniffs once, then turns sharply toward the port side, eyes wide. Dad?
No. Yeah. Oh my god.
The words leave her lips just as a sound like cracking ice pierces the air, a shattering of space itself. Reality twists beside you, and from the spiraling void steps a figure wreathed in temporal distortion, as if time itself clings to him. Azoth. Gone is the fresh-faced warrior you once knew. In his place stands a weathered champion. His armor dulled by stardust and battle. His eyes lit with knowledge, wrested from distant aeons. His presence radiates a quiet gravity, as if the stars pause to take notice. Ophelia launches from the rigging in a blur of wing and joy, hurling herself into Azoth's arms with a cry of pure relief. The void closes behind him with a final soft snap, leaving the ship and the space around it just a little more still. So yeah, Ophelia jumps straight into your arms, Azoth, as you step out of this temporal hole.
I also jump into Azoth's arms.
There's enough room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like an
Oh my
excited
God.
dog, Ophelia is all over you.
That is crazy.
Azoth will kind of like just hold her for a second and then cradle her much more grown head now.
Yeah, and she just
look at
kind of
her for
like
a second.
puts it in the hands and just
And, like,
relaxes.
a moment of like a couple of seconds of silence, just looking at her before I kind of turn to the party and immediately pull my hammer off my back. That you can see is now etched with runes, and the top of it's kind of like scaled bits of ice that have been sharpened. And I look to the party kind of one by one, kind of fearful and backing up slowly. I look through everyone and make eye contact and just stop it still for a second and kind of like tense up and take a step back. And I just say, someone needs to tell me this is real because I am not doing it again.
Me?
Again.
I am going to turn my hands, and on the back of my hands you can see familiar runes scarred into the back of my hands from what looks like fire. And then I'll flex my hands, and an ice, and the rune will pulsate with like ice energy. We know who you are, Azoth.
What did I tell you I would do? If anything
Me?
would have happened to the little one. No, that,
Oh. I was like, oh.
I
no,
would,
not yet.
I would lose my head.
Is that what I said?
No, sorry. No, you did say.
Hammer come.
Yeah.
You did say you would tear the heart out of my chest and
Okay.
eat it.
Soul.
Soul, like, there's a moment where nothing registers, then there's a moment of recollection and a spark, and he just goes rigid and fucking falls backwards.
My boy.
My boy.
Father, help.
Father help!
Calming for a second, Adolf will kind of look confused, look back at Ophelia, and just... Are they feeding you, at least?
I mean, I kind of have to sort myself out most of the time, but I'm good. I'm happy to see you,
Feeling a good
Dad.
life.
It's like a side eye of towards everyone for not feeding her.
I have been single parenting by myself for months now. It has been horrible. It has been hard. It has been so scary. I'm so glad that you are back.
I'll sort of pick up Ophelia as best I can, knowing that she's quite big now.
Yeah.
And just walk around to the party one by one and just like give a couple of second hug. And just when I get to Soul, I'll be like, how long has it been?
Kind of still not sure if this is actually happening. He'll just relay exactly the time that he thinks, not accounting for the time that we were away because of the weird timey soup thing.
So it would have been about a month, something like that.
Yeah.
Azov kind of freezes when you say that, but we'll eventually do a lap and just sort of embrace everyone for a few seconds. And goes in for a hug with Zil, but there's like noticeable hesitation.
Man, I didn't even do anything wrong. That's fair.
That's fair.
alright.
Just
That's
accepts
fair,
it.
man. That's fair.
I still hug. There's just-
Yeah,
there's
you
a
just don't
pause.
like me.
There's a pause. No, I didn't say that.
Alright.
Any questions for Azov?
Where have you been?
It's a complicated one. Do we have time?
Well, you can tell us on the way to Leviathan. You can relay your story of your adventure.
Just before we go, Azoth will kind of look around and then look to John and just go, "Where's Vi? I need to speak to her. Why is she not here?"
When Vi sent me back, the technology wasn't working correctly. I am not sure what happened to her when she tried to send us both, but she didn't make it. I don't know if she's dead, but as best case scenario, she returned back to her timeline, and that's... I have a feeling you've seen the other timelines.
She hasn't been with you this entire time.
She didn't fully materialize on this plane.
Right. Onward then, I guess we have some catching up to do.
Cool. Your guys' ship begins to take off. It only takes a few moments for it to get untethered to Haku's ship. And you guys begin heading towards Leviathan. It's going to take a couple of days, so feel free to have any, like maybe a day to get there. So feel free to have any conversations you would like to have.
I am, much as I'm glad to see you, Azoth, I feel unfortunate for your timing. I am assuming you've seen the other timelines. I am afraid to inform you that we are kind of at that clinch point at the moment. If you were hoping to have some peace returning, you won't find it.
What timelines have you seen?
All the ones I have seen have been ones that have already been destroyed by Bryce.
Fucking
The-
Bryce.
Yeah, I know. Fuck me.
The people that I met were
Lying.
many members from this party from the other timeline, but in universes that have been ravaged and destroyed. Most of us were living on the run. Hope had pretty much died, other than the technology that Vi's crew had used to jump timelines to try and fix one of them.
Did you live through these timelines, or did you just see them at their end?
I was in them for about 2 years, I believe. My time recognition is not as good as Sol's, but it's kind of hard to tell in that hellscape.
On that subject, for you, how long has it been?
Not long. Perhaps a month or two, at best.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen some timelines, but my timeline specifically would be closer to 10 years that I've been away from this party.
Oh, right. Did you live through the desolation or post-desolation?
I saw enough of my fill, and any advice to keep those thoughts out of your head, I would appreciate it another time.
Yeah, sure. I'm here. Hey, I made a promise with you. I'd like to still keep it if you're hanging around.
I plan on it. So no peace in this timeline, but maybe, possibly.
Better than what you're used to. Comparatively. But, still quite a lot of tension in the universe at the moment.
Probably more opportunity for change than there has been in a very long time. I think there's some things that we should discuss with the party.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! I call it
Yeah.
I call a family meeting.
Yeah.
Do we have a family meeting room?
And this is the first time
yeah.
has been fed since you've been gone. She's actually really gaunt and skinny.
Shut up. That's a
I've
lie.
taken fantastic care of that girl.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
If we're all heading to the,
You know,
the
she's
meeting,
almost
family
died like twice. She's almost died like twice
has
since you've been
almost died.
gone. So like, you know.
Quite a few times.
that won't happen again. That's okay. Maybe.
We can have a
Formal lounge room for the meeting.
where we have like a there's a common area that has
Yeah.
it's got like a dart board. It's got a pool table. It's
A
got
pinball machine.
Yeah.
It's got a foosball.
A bunch of
Pinball
bean
table.
bags.
Yeah, some beanbags. A giant bong standing in the corner.
Yeah.
It's just like a college. It's like a college dorm.
On the back of every door is one of those basketball hoops.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an empty case of some alcoholic beverage, but it's filled with all the empty cans.
Yeah.
From we've that's the empties bin.
There's a random
we do
poster from
have-
some nudie mag like hanging on the wall.
There's
Wish I never left.
There's a jar full of the jellyfish that has a sign underneath that says "John, don't touch."
Do not touch.
Yeah, John, don't touch. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. If we make our way to the frat boy room,
Yeah.
just as we all walk past, when I walk past Ali, I'm gonna like grab her by the arm and lift her up onto my shoulder, like we used to do.
Finally.
Puppies.
Thank you. It's been
And
very
I'll-
low to the ground.
You've done a great job with that little one. Jokes aside, she looks like she's quite strong, and she's talking, which I didn't give enough credit to.
Genuinely, she has almost died like twice. It has been very challenging. We have definitely had a lot more peace than you, though, I'm sure.
Has she killed enough to make it worth it?
Probably. I don't. Yeah?
All things in
Has
balance.
she? Yeah, she has.
Surely.
Definitely. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you for returning to us.
Good to be back. If Reese was here, I would bond over some random food that I found from
Oh,
the travels.
Azov!
But I'll text Reese that, and we'll catch up about it. Does any before I guess I get into it? Does anyone have questions they want answered?
Where were you? What'd
Where
you
have
do?
you been? Yeah.
Did you bring us a souvenir?
Yeah.
I've been lots of places. I've been lots of different places, lots of different times. I went with Fizban and got lost in chaos, different times, different moments. I've seen multiple timelines trying to figure out what I was doing there, and eventually had to had the honor of meeting an ancient time dragon, and it was my job at that point to try to help one of her children that was taken by your twin, pointing towards Zil.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Lots of interesting experiences back and forth that led me to it. Eventually, I thought quickly finding her, but it bled into days and months, and eventually almost decades before I eventually found her child. I managed to save her, but not before she was tortured, harvested, and used in quite insidious means. As also kind of click for a second and like twitch before looking back at John and be like, "Where's Vi? I just really need to talk to her."
Sorry, we have no means of contacting her. I have.
And fucking around in the time
one
stuff
of-
has given him dementia.
I actually remembered. I was thinking about this a little while ago. I'm going to pull out one of the broken gems that if you remember from ages ago, when Vi first left. This is like session 20, 30 something. When I have one of the busted gems when Vi left. We could try to restore this.
Do I recognize that name? Okay.
And maybe it could give us some contact, but we don't have her technology.
If you look into the gems, Nate, can you see the shapes or anything that's in there, or it's...
No,
Yeah.
it's completely like, what do you call it? Pearlescent, opaque, kind of.
Okay. This is going to be a bit essentially the feeling that we couldn't do anything right or kind of help towards this fight with Bryce is he used the scales from this baby dragon that he stole from her, and he put them inside these crystals, which let him control time, rewrite fate, and essentially just rewrite any wrongs that went up against him. So every one of these crystals is a part of my kin that's been taken and was being used. But as far as I know, now he doesn't have that ability.
Oh, that's good.
So no peace, John, but the opportunity for it. If we can pull it off, this is the one chance, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I just had a conversation with Zil, but was there ever a Zil in any of the other timelines that you visited?
Nate,
No.
plenty of people that looked like him.
There was plenty of
but-
Bryces.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, what do you mean plenty of people that looked like me? And then I
Yeah,
was like,
there was
oh,
there was
wait a
plenty of
second.
Bryces, but never a Zill.
I have hope that this man, pointing at Zil,
Boy,
I can
man,
say
child.
boy. What's in between man and boy? Teenager?
from the conversations I had with the people associated with the resistance, we didn't have this opportunity.
What do you mean there was no option?
Well, we don't know exactly how, but we know he's connected to Bryce. We didn't have a direct connection to him. We were just fighting him head on as best we could. But now we have an insight against his power.
Oh, look, I don't want to undermine it. He's still got he's cultists, the people that he's got up as a background. He's still got quite a lot of these crystals, so I don't know what power they hold, but
Yes.
he shouldn't be able to get any more if we get rid of what's remaining.
Yes. Well, perhaps once we learn a bit more, Zil can perhaps be the reason we can take him down. I feel like that's the biggest difference we had in the fights we had every other time. We were doing it on our own, as strong as we are, but Zil has a direct connection to Bryce.
It's all on you, Captain. How do you feel?
Well, nervous, unsure, but I know that I'm going to do everything that I can in my power to right the wrongs that the other me has created.
Insight check?
What? What do you think I'm lying?
Go on, insight,
You
and
could
then
you could have your own motivation.
True.
and then
I
Zil,
probably would too.
persuasion or deception, whichever one you think it is, without telling us.
What's your insight? Can I just ask John, what's your insight? Like, what's your bonus to your insight?
Bonus to my insight
Yeah.
is +9.
Ooh.
Would you want to know? It was deception and persuasion.
Or
Those are the
persuasion, yeah.
choices.
Yeah.
Guess what the bonus to my deception and persuasion is?
Oh.
+10.
Oof.
Okay.
I got a 19, by the way.
24.
Oh fucking hell! Jesus. All right. All right. Ha! 25.
Oh, he seems legit.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have any doubts.
Yeah. Fucking good.
I look. Holding on to memories is a bit difficult for me at the moment, but these crystals should be made a priority. I believe we saw some underneath Shalagoth, if my memory serves correct.
Yeah.
There was one sitting right in by his forehead last time I saw her. So if we do see any of these, I believe they should be made a priority.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
another goal to
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
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 another goal to our collection, I suppose.
Yeah. And add it to the
Anyway.
list.
What's first on the list then?
Well,
First
to
one was
fill you
the-
into where we're up to with the whole Sparkle, which Garpok, who is a bit
Ah!
just like drooling on the floor or something,
I'm a
One
bug
side of his brain
man.
isn't working.
He's just looking in random directions, trying to find his threads that aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bryce has communed or taken over the power of
Mhm.
the Mother's Myriad. I
Good.
don't know
I think
if you
good.
were
Sarcasm.
Good. I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, amazing.
so.
Yeah.
That has happened in the last few weeks, but we were trying to source one of the keys for the vault, and we were not here for the damage.
Azoth, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. That's good. 20. 20.
Cool. Your mind fractures for a split second, but you shake it off.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Did you have these when you saw your timelines? It ends soon, right?
Sorry, perhaps the technology was in better condition when Vi sent me back.
Yeah, I'm fine. All right, so go on.
Go on, insight, and then persuasion or deception, whichever one it is, without telling us.
There's an advantage or disadvantage here, surely somewhere.
I've got an advantage, but I've got a -1. So
I only rolled a 15.
what's math?
Math.
Mine was 15.
Meets it, beats it.
Seems legit.
You're full of shit. I would put that down to Soul would know that you're fucking lying, but he would know not to press. Also, he is
On the
got a
floor.
lot going on in his mind at the moment.
Well, it seems like Soul's malfunctioning too, so at least we're on the same page.
I say nothing. I'm just standing in the corner with Kothor for some semblance of comfort.
Slow scratches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just
Cool.
basking on
So
his
you-
chest.
You found the key. We've missed some time. And-
How many keys do we have at the moment?
You're missing 3.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
We're
so-
missing 3. Okay.
So
and
you
how
have
many keys
4.
are there? 7.
There's 7.
Okay.
Um,
Well, there's one on Leviathan, so hopefully we can,
Get
get
on
that
with it.
while we go there. Yeah.
We're heading to Leviathan now.
Yes. We're hoping to recruit the pirates against us.
A convenient timing. I'll probably know a few of them.
Hope
What
so.
does that mean?
I grew up with pirates. Can't confirm it's the same ones, but odds are. So John's right. There is truly no peace for me in this timeline.
Soul?
Azoth, in the other timelines, these gems, were they inconsistent places or random?
From what I saw, there was groupings or hordes of some of them, but there was a few that were sporadic and in places that you genuinely wouldn't expect.
Would it be sensible to seek out the ones that were inconsistent places first? That may lead us to the others.
Some will be extremely difficult to get to, but I'm sure that we'll be able to source a few semi-close by.
As of, once all of these are cleared in this timeline, will you be jumping to a new timeline?
I think this will be the main one, if he can't control anymore, and this is the timeline as far as I'm concerned, as long as we can get rid of those crystals and not let him fuck with nature anymore.
The main timeline, like in Loki.
Yeah, exactly like the TV series from Marvel Loki.
Yeah.
Sponsored.
The Crystal Vision show. Of Dis Leg Plus. Dis Elbow
Oh my
Plus.
god.
Just
I told you I was taking to get that. I'm just disappointed.
Okay, Poncho's alive though, at the very minimum, correct? At least.
Yes.
Yes.
He
was injured
quite
in the-
wounded, but
Yeah.
Why is everyone almost dying?
There was just a massive attack on Shalagoth, so
Oh,
yeah.
well, that would mean he's in possession of many of those crystals in that case.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know where to begin, and there's only up. Right?
and at least we have, when it comes to the assault, we have somewhere to start.
Yes. Yeah. I've got some feelings to get out. So. Oh, bamboo!
Oh, Kitty.
I'll break
Baby.
Break the
I'll
fourth
break
wall.
characters with bamboo. Are the robot vampires here, or did we leave them? Sorry.
They are
They're
on
on the
the
Nautilus.
Nautilus, so the other
They're on
ship.
the other the Nautilus.
Okay. 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 So we're heading our way.
As everyone sort of files out after this meeting is done, I'm gonna firmly plant my hand on Azoth's chest to stop him from leaving. Like it's a little bit rougher than you would expect from Soul, and then I'm gonna reach back and shut the door with just us in the room. I reached out. I tried. Why didn't you answer? Why did I not hear? Why are you back now?
There's no no words or excuses I could give you that would show you the severity of what had happened in the past few years. But if I'd had an opportunity to come back, I would have. And there was plenty of times where I wish I could have left. And it's difficult to reach out to people when you consistently see them, but not the versions that you knew and were with.
Did you try, at least?
How
Was I
honest
not
you want me to
worth
be?
it?
I tried to stop you many a time, Saul, but it's difficult to keep trying when I've seen you turn a million Earths or planets to suns, or I've seen the Bugman become the undivided champion of a mother, or I've seen John walk away from helping and giving up. I've seen many versions of everyone, so I did try many times, but it all got a little money towards the end. None of them had this though, and I'll point towards the carving of the rune.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please, Azoth.
Fuck. Ooh, 4.
Your mind
No. 5.
your mind fractures, and you kind of like shake your head trying to shake it off like last time. Sol, what you see as he tries to shake it off, his head splits into 3 and almost shake and vibrate and then snap back together, and Azoth, you're back with it.
Composes himself and reaches out just to hold on to the shoulder for a second.
All the meantime, that rune flashes, almost as if reacting to the touch.
Wait, my rune?
Yep. The rune that was carved on you.
I can't demand you explain what that was. That is your burden to bear. Feel free to share if you want. This marking on my chest was to mourn the loss of a friend. And yet, here you are.
For what it's worth, that friend died many a times over also, but I know that won't help in this. If I don't know the extent of your magic, if there's any way that you can read or see what I've seen, I'll show you, and you can see for yourself. But
I fucking
know-
plug in. No, I don't.
Jacks in.
The side of his head. I don't think I have any magic that does that.
For some reason, I just thought like Azoth says that, and then Sol starts going through his box of cables to try and find the right connector.
Where's the ice dragon one?
Yeah, I've got the halfling one. I just need the ice dragon one.
Yeah, that'd be a DM call.
What?
Would you allow some combination of fucking my magic?
If you can tell me how, and then we can roll for it.
The only way I can think of is that Sol would attempt to use all of his spirits combined. So he would touch Azoth as well as his healing and fire spirits.
And
to try and
Kothor just puts a hand out.
on me because I'm
yeah,
warm.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, just to try and connect somehow.
You can definitely try.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
Cool. Roll me a spellcaster ability modifier check. So I believe that for you is wisdom. So a straight wisdom check.
Wisdom.
That was terrible. 12.
12.
I need to stop using those dice.
Azoth, you try and recall things. Sol, you don't get anything bar maybe one image. Azoth, your choice of which image you like of what you wanna share. What would be the one that's forefront, taking up the most of Azoth's mind?
I was trying not to give. Okay. Yeah, you will
Well, I
see
mean,
a
you give
flash.
whichever one. You give whatever.
Can I? Oh, no, I'm going to roll for it. That's a natural one. You see a flash of like the crystals and me trying to essentially control them, and then a quick flash of a humanoid body that looks like Zil with a crystal in his chest.
All the meantime, you are filled with this like soul. It's weird for you to feel emotions because you're a robot, but you're almost filled with this pressure, this like this what would you call it? This feeling of dread.
I have crippling depressions.
We have crippling depressions.
Yeah, it's shared. I can't remove these things from your mind. I can only see bits. Please be aware that I am glad you're back, but forgive my reservations.
No, I can't blame you for that. If it helps the logical side of your brain that I know so well, we wouldn't have had the opportunity that we're going to have if it wasn't for this. So if the shoe was on the other robotic foot, I hope you would leave me to do what I had to do.
I don't know I could, but I guess it isn't important in this timeline.
We'll see how far we all get pushed.
I'll just reach back and open the door and let him leave.
Okay.
And then make out with my lizard.
Then I want to stay.
Yeah. Cuck chair.
Surely there's a cuck chair in the common room.
Well, it's a cuck beanbag, but yeah. Yeah, cool. Anything else you all want to do while you guys travel?
Just chill in my alchemy station.
Cool.
Actually, just give me 2 seconds. Someone else do something. I'm just gonna look through my inventory.
I would like to try and mentally reach out to both the Aemor star, excuse me, and the asteroid that's coming.
Okay.
Because obviously I've had conversations with the star before, so I want to see if that's
Yeah, I'm
still
interested
going
to
on.
see what the comment is.
So how are you reaching out? Again with just your magic?
Yeah, but more so looking for direction at this point in time. Like, obviously, I've just learned from Azoth that I'm apparently a weapon of mass destruction in other timelines, but all I've done in this one is run away from it, trying to avoid doing that. But also, I haven't heard, since I went to the star and met Chained Up Guy, I haven't heard anything. And haven't really seen any displays, even though trying, of early days when I used to sort of plants would happen and flowers would happen. That seems to have slowed down a lot as well. It's just seeking answers, I would say.
Okay. Give me a spellcaster ability check. So wisdom check.
That is dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You kind of, I guess, try and connect with the star the best you know how with your internal connection with the star itself, the core at which that makes you different from a lot of the other robots. You don't seem to get any kind of connection back. You just, I guess the only thing that you feel is you just feel a little bit warm. Warmer than normal.
Okay. And the asteroid? Anything?
The asteroid you do not get a single thing for. Now that you guys have moved quite a distance, it looks like it was heading in your old direction. So it's not heading straight for your ship.
Yeah, it hasn't changed course.
Has not changed course. No, it is still shooting across the sky with like a silvery trail that dissipates.
Can we see where it like came from?
Yeah, I was gonna ask quick maths. Can I see or figure out the direction it's come from and the trajectory it's headed towards?
Yep. So it is the directory that it's headed towards is your location as you were docked at Haku's ship.
So still heading for Haku's ship.
Yep.
Currently.
Yep. And given a comet, like, it's hard to say exactly, but if you were to calculate it based on like a straight line, it would be coming from outside the solar system.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
Zil,
Yes.
the telescope for the keys. That's just on the front of the ship, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and look at it
Yep.
and point it towards the asteroid. Does it give off a ping?
Yes.
Fuck.
Oh fuck.
Wait, the one that's shooting towards you, towards your old location?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No, sorry. I was confused between asteroids.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Because there's a key on Shalagoth, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have to go back to Shalagoth at some point.
Whoops. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Leviathan? So just for a quick recap, there's a key on Leviathan, there's a key on Shalagoth. Where is the third key?
The third key is on one of the moons of Lugar Seco.
Seco. Desert planet.
Yeah.
Yin and Yang.
Which moon is it on?
It should be on...
Or can we tell from this far? We should say.
It would be
Yeah.
on Yin.
Okay. I'm writing this down so I can remember.
Azoth, I have something that you may not have had the time to enjoy. A good
Crack.
A good meal. Zil, excuse me. I don't
Sorry.
share those ones with other
Sorry,
people.
heroin.
So you're still making drugs.
I dabble.
It was on. Sorry,
have been
real quick. It was
carrying.
on Yin, wasn't it?
Yin, yeah.
Yeah, Yin.
I have been carrying this around, but for the life of me, cannot figure out what type of potion to make it out of. And figured you might like some comfort out of it. And I'm going to go to my alchemy station and pull out a massive eyeball from a cosmic horror, and just offer it if you want to eat it.
Wait, what? Where did you get that from?
It's from a zombie beholder, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's a cosmic horror eyeball. I think it's actually really old.
Yeah, so it would be like... Then it would be like gooey and
Cosmic
like...
horror.
It's definitely
but I mean,
milked
like-
over.
I don't know if what your appetite is. I know you like raw things, but
You know what's funny is the appetite was the one thing that never changed. I'll call Ophelia over and just like put it towards her and see if she'd like some.
She just kind of looks at you and goes, Mom told me not to eat stuff he gave me.
That's a very good lesson. You've done very well. I'll try some first and then see how it goes.
It's putrid. It's not at all good.
And they're like, just like
not even
nod.
not even for Azoth, or
Not even for Azoth. For Charpok maybe because he's used to eating garbage, but like Azoth is a little bit. It's sour. It's tangy. It's like it almost leaves this film on your tongue. Like
Oh, that doesn't sound so nice.
yeah.
It's really, really generous of you, John. Thank you. Yeah, I'll have it for later. And,
Inside check.
yeah, that's an inside check. That's a 25.
I got an 8, so
Yeah.
I have
It's-
no
it's-
intention of eating it.
Okay, that's. I apologize for insisting something.
It
Horrible.
was a very nice gesture.
If I will shout you the first drink that we find on Leviathan, I assume there'll be plenty of alcohol.
I may, if I can, maybe a little bit more needy. Do you need that crystal that you showed me? Is it any value to you?
I was, when I first had the crystal, I was going to use it to try and summon Vi back and I'll pull out this old, like, clock compass thing that we bought from this tinkerer at on Shalagoth. And I'll be like, I was going to join these to perhaps create some sort of device to summon Vi back when she'd left, but I haven't been able to get it to work. There were many of these broken ones where we found them. You might have to ask Sol exactly where that was.
Do we have any other ones? Like,
I think you guys took a couple of them from underneath Shalagoth. So I think like you would have maybe the one that John has, and then maybe two others in your collective group's possession.
Okay.
Because I only grabbed them once Vi was missing to try and use it to bring her back.
Yeah.
I will give you this one. It's cracked, but it is. I have not been able to make anything work from it.
I wouldn't want to take any sense of hope away from you, John. If we have another one, hold on to that one. I'll find it, but I have an experiment for once I find another.
Yeah, anything I can do to help, I am.
Yeah, I'll call you. I'll call
happy
you
to
when
assist with.
I find it.
Also, since I have your attention, what is your magical item load looking like? Would you have room for perhaps one more?
Let me have a look.
I
I'm
don't
a
think
dragon.
so.
I've always got room for some to have it.
Just to hold.
Yeah.
I'll keep it for you if you want. But
Hey, that
I'll
was
put
the
it with the
promise to
eyeball.
begin with, so...
True. Look, full transparency, I don't think I do. But in saying that, I may have a gift in return, and I'll reach into my back, and you've just may realize now that I've got my hand back. I no longer have that glove.
Oh.
And I'll hand the glove over to you very purposely, not giving like the
The tentacles.
Oh.
You're correct, yeah.
Okay, well, I assume you'd like to stay away from the living flesh.
You leave me well away from all of that. There's, like, I would rather eat 3 more of those eyeballs than wear anything like that ever again.
Then I won't offer the other magical item.
Wait,
You may notice that there is something missing from Charpok.
Oh, that's right, the spine.
Charpok's spine of shock is missing.
I don't think he had that when Azoth was here anyway. Pretty sure he
No,
got
he
that
did.
after Azoth left.
No, I feel like he did.
No, I think he did.
I probably wouldn't remember it anyways.
I feel like we haven't gotten any more living flesh since he left.
We haven't.
Not really.
But we were collecting these to give to Haku at one point, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So if you want to hold on to them as an exchange for something, and in return, I'll get your help once I find another crystal.
I'm sure that we will do what we can for each other when the time comes.
Flirting?
I have wanted to experience many things as a mortal, so do not tempt me, Azoth. And then he will, like, do this really flamboyant, like, ugh, and then walk away.
We'll build to it. It's too early. We'll get there. It's okay.
Cool. As your guys' ship travels, Zill sitting in the throne, heading like helming this spelljammer. You feel this instant feel of unease as another person randomly
great.
just joins your ship.
Wait, what?
For anybody
Someone else?
around the lavatory, you hear the toilet flush, and the door swing wide open. Pulling his pants up and walking out, you hear none other than Dunder.
It's fucking.
Oh my god, Dunder! Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Right, well, where are you pipsquigs off to?
The fuck.
Oh my god.
I heard a tale that you're heading towards Leviathan, eh? Eh? I don't
Yeah, what
mind
are you
coming for a
doing
drink
here?
if you have me.
How did you get here?
That's for me to know and you to never find out.
Did
And he
you
just kind of
travel
like
to
pats
the
you on the head pretty hardly.
Please
He
don't touch
definitely
my
didn't
head.
wash those hands either.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
not. He definitely did not. You like feel a little bit of like wet on the top of your head, so you could tell he was
Ew.
using you to
God.
wipe something.
Excuse me one moment. I'm gonna have a shower. Like, actually, legit. Ollie's going for a shower.
Right, well, to Leviathan, eh? Could do myself with a stiff drink.
Sure. Why? Okay. Not that we're not happy to see you, but why are you here?
Haku sent me to
Okay,
make
so
sure
Haku
you
has
don't
sent you.
get into any trouble.
Okay,
I've already
well,
sent forward, and we'll have.
respectfully, I think he sent the wrong person to not get into trouble.
Well, that's what Finn said. She said maybe I'm going to keep me out of trouble, but it can't be that. You guys are like chaos.
Sure. Okay. if
But
you say so.
anyway, I've already sent forward like a message to Leviathan. We've got a couple contacts that are gonna let us through the barricade.
Oh, there's a barricade.
Eh,
That's good.
I mean, ever since the big baddie, crashed the ship into that big spider thing, things have been a bit tense, to say the least.
Well, that is why we are going to Leviathan to try and get their assistance in, fighting this fight.
Well, you're gonna have to do some mighty talking. I hope you're up to it.
Well, lucky for you, I have a +10 to my persuasion and deception. Actually.
Well, I'll be on the deck, putting my feet up, waiting. I guess I'll be around, and then he just kind of like walks off. Pulls a little. Pulls a little. What do you call it? What are the things full of alcohol? Like a flask, yeah, out, and just like starts swigging it as he walks. He kind of trips and sways a little bit, but then keeps
I'm
going.
casting heat metal on his flask.
He kind of goes, fuck. All right, I'll better not spill a drop. And then just picks it back up and then continues.
You like an experimental drink, don't you, Dunder?
Anything that'd
Yeah, you're gonna fucking
get me the buzz.
Subject.
He's gonna drug him.
Well, I do not know how adventurous you are, so full transparency on this one.
Let me stop
This
you
is
there.
wild.
Does it have alcohol in it?
Technically,
Yes.
yeah.
Sign me up. Fill her up. And he pulls out like a little tankard.
I have okay, so this one's for you, DM. I have it written down on my notes as stinky alcohol from session 67,
Okay, yep.
and so I'm going to split it with him.
Okay.
Stinky alcohol. What the? Where did you get that
Yeah.
from?
It
Session
is
67.
disgusting.
I was not here for 67.
You both scull this liquid, this drink. It is putrid and kind of sits in your gut almost as if you can feel it in there. And you see him sway a little bit and he goes, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I need a chaser. And he goes for his flask and then just starts drinking the flask.
Jesus.
It is, yeah, horrid.
Some horrible alcohol.
Yeah, it's just some real horribly made alcohol.
One of the random session items I have. I still have a mysterious brown vial from session 63.
Oh. So as your spelljammer eventually gets there, everyone can mark off a long rest, by the way. Yes, Ali?
For long rest, I wanted to. No, actually, don't.
Okay.
Change my mind.
Okay. Yeah, so everyone can mark off a long rest.
Thank God.
As you guys approach, as your spelljammer nears Leviathan, the planet looms below, a churning ocean world with no land in sight, only endless waves and lightning-veined storms. but it's what hangs above the surface that stops you cold. A barricade of pirate ships clog the upper orbit. Dozens of vessels, all mismatched and bristling with weapons. Sleek crimson frigates sail beside rusted patchworked hulks. Glowing runes flicker along some hulls, while others are draped in torn banners or stitched with bones. It's chaos, but somehow organized. A pirate alliance seems to have been forged in fire and desperation. Their cannons track your approach. Spellcasters line the rails. No one fires, but every ship screams a silent warning. You're not welcome unless you're one of them. Far below, through breaks in the storm, you catch glimpses of something massive drifting on the waves. A floating fortress cobbled together from hundreds of broken spelljammers. Towers lean at impossible angles, sails stretch like wings across the sea, and steam billows from deep within its core. This is no port. This is the beast. Leviathan's floating city of pirates, thieves, and cutthroats. And you're flying straight towards its jaw.
That sounds fucking sick.
As you guys move closer and closer towards the barricade, you see a smaller ship in the barricade cuts off your approach, slowing you to a halt. Although its stature doesn't compare to the ships around it, a large arcane cannon sits on the hull, aimed in your very direction. It crackles with blue lightning as if charging, eager to be set free. On the deck, aiming the cannon, is a tall and broad-shouldered man with a long salt and pepper braid, jagged scars flowing faintly with static, and a coat stitched from void whale leather and stolen royal banners. His voice looms in your direction, no doubt being assisted by some sort of magic. He clears his throat for a second and speaks. "State your business, outsiders."
Hail. Fuck. I will tell it. How far away is he?
He's probably about 60 feet.
I don't think I can probably yell that far, but I don't want to, so I'm just going to telepathically be like, we are here on behalf of the resistance effort against the Aylmore Empire. We have come to potentially make a deal and gain your assistance.
The voice kind of speaks up again. You sound mighty familiar there. What's your name?
Fuck. I'm gonna say, well, he's 60 feet away, so I'm probably too like far away. I'm gonna quickly lean into someone in the party and just be like, does anyone have like a disguise stealth spell, or can it make me look different than I do right now?
I can hit you really hard.
Okay, that might
Beat his
actually.
face
That,
to a bloody pulp.
Actually,
yeah.
what if you do one eye? I like give him a beard or something.
Yeah,
Punch
just give me a. I'm gonna radio back and say, my name is Zil. What is your name?
I could polymorph you.
You're speaking to none other than Captain Virek Stormrash Dren.
Rash. Oh god, you should
Storm
get that
Lash.
checked out.
Storm
fuck.
Lash.
Storm Lash.
Captain of the
Yeah.
Thunder Owl. Commander of the Tempest Chasers.
Okay, what's his name? Captain.
Virek? Virek
Virek?
Dren, but he goes by Virek Stormlash Dren.
Storm Rash. Lash.
And then he continues and
Dren.
goes, "Now I say again, What is your name, stranger?
I've told you my name is Zil.
And what business do you have here?
I told you! I'd say that. I don't say that. I like mutter that to myself. Like when you're on the phone to a customer and they're being like fucking idiots, you like take the phone away from your face and you just go. We're here on behalf, I suppose, of the resistance effort to.
Fuck the resistance. All we know is gold and treasure.
Well, I can tell you now that there is plenty of golden treasure on Shalagoth.
Only a fool would try to take that down right now.
Well, that's why we've come to.
That's why we're here to talk to you.
That's why, no. That's why we've come to see if we can get your assistance in weakening their forces and organizing making an organized effort to take down the tyrant who currently rules over the system.
It's then when you see like this small little like almost like a little burst of smoke and sparks appear from further down closer towards the planet, and you see a small figure zip, almost doing like this barrel roll spin, heading straight onto the Thunder Howl. From this distance, you see a small Hadozi currently speaking to Captain Virek. He first bows to Captain Virek, and then they converse for a bit.
I'm gonna say, quick, while they're discussing, someone either punch me in the face or make me look different. Yeah, and they'll just like bang, 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 bang.
It's at this point that like Dunder comes up onto the deck and goes, right, well, what's all? It sees the ship and goes, oh shit, and then like walks back inside. You hear him as he walks past. You kind of hear him mutter about owing them money.
So why the fuck did Dunder come? Dunder's like, I can help you get onto the planet. Walks up to the deck and goes, fuck, I owe them money.
I'm gonna go hide. Yes, Sol?
Should I ask Kothor to assist in disguising Zil, given that I know she's fucking baller at stealth?
She is more in the like stealth of herself, in the fact that she has like a ring of invisibility.
Yeah, but surely she's stolen some shit that would help.
Look, she has like a mismatch of like dirt, leaves, and like bits and pieces that you could probably use to make some sort of clay nose.
Well, in that case, I offer Zil the milk helmet or the mask with many eyes, because that'll cover his face.
The milk helmet.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the
thing.
mask?
It's something we picked up ages ago.
Yeah, I think it was from like the
Yeah, I
cave
remember,
in
I remember.
hometown or some shit.
That'll
What does it
cover
do?
most of your face. I'm pretty sure it was just a helmet, but it was milk colored from memory.
I don't know. I'm a bit scarred from putting on a helmet.
I'm pretty sure it is actually that helmet, the one that you put on last time.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it is that one.
What about the mask? What is mask with many eyes?
So it's like a bandana that you put over your eyes that has like many eyes patterned all over it.
And what does it do?
Something stupid.
We do know, because I'm pretty sure Charpok wore it at some point.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So he would be able-
sure it gives you like advantage on perception checks, but only when you're blinded, or something like that.
Oh. Okay,
Oh,
so
no,
I
blindfold of justice.
Yeah, I think
Just
that's what
makes
it
you
is.
blind and
Yeah.
an advantage of wisdom.
Yeah, there. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's what it was. The one with many eyes.
so I can. Okay.
That was just
I
a
suppose
blindfold
I
of
can-
justice in mind.
I suppose I can put that on, but I don't.
It's a
I'm gonna be
blindfold
fucking
here.
blind.
You can't say anything. You get an advantage on wisdom saves, I
On-
think, for 1 hour.
Okay, but
Inside-
that,
no.
okay.
For insight checks. That's
Well,
it.
okay.
You're
Let's
blind.
see. At the time, right now, I also have a tattoo on my arm, so I can just show the tattoo and be like,
Bitchy.
Yeah, look, I'm not Bryce. I've got this giant. Does Bryce have this fucking sick ass tattoo on his arm? No, he doesn't. Does he have
Azor?
a sick ass ink, bro?
It's the Shadow the Hedgehog symbol on the top.
Up on the leg, actually. Anyway, sorry, go Azor.
Azoth will just like go towards the back of the ship, have his smithing tools out, like carving runes into just random stuff, trying to look busy while keeping an eye out and seeing if I recognize any ships and or pirates.
And that's when Dunder walks past and he's like, "Oh, do you owe the money too?" And then continues continues to hide.
They had 10 years of my time to get rid of you, and you're still here.
Can't get rid of me that easy. Yes, John?
Ollie, how good are your painting skills?
Really good.
I'm gonna pull out the couple of buckets of paint that I used to paint the hull of the ship when I gave the effects of the things under the ship. I was like, do you reckon we could paint something on Zill?
Yeah, we absolutely could. And I have the things for a beard. I also
Oh,
have
okay.
a hard hat. So we could make
You
him
have a-
look like a miner or something.
A hard hat.
Yeah, we have a hard
Miner.
hat back when we went.
A miner.
we got a
He
few
already
miners.
looks young.
I was gonna say, Zill already looks like a fucking miner.
Why you
He already
guys
looks
can't
like he's
say that
50.
after constantly going over to Joe?
As you guys kind of like get Zill ready, which I will ask for a performance check
Ready with me.
From who?
from whoever's painting Zill to make him look
the-
different.
What's the
What
Performance.
check do you want us to
Yeah.
performance? What's your
Performance.
performance?
what's
your-
the
Oh.
passing?
Why
Like-
did my
15.
Okay, hang on. I
server
need
just
to get some side
disconnected?
dice.
Advantage too, because I'm helping you with all the paint and stuff.
Okay. Hang on, I'm not using.
Why
side
did
dice.
the?
Okay, I got a 15. If you want me to make it better, I will use psionic dice.
Yeah, I
think it just switched
off.
Yeah, it just stopped working for me. The virtual table.
Technical difficulties. Love it.
I'll use the side dice as well to make it even better, because I'm incredible.
Yeah, of
I feel like
course.
15 is. I feel like a 15 is not a bad roll, and plus with my, I can,
That's not what I wanted.
I can flub my way through it.
Flub.
I, yeah, because I've got high charisma, so I can just.
You
be
also
like, "Oh."
do look like the bad guy of the entire universe.
Yeah, but like, I can be like,
Yeah, but he's got a
I
hard
don't know
hat
who. Well,
on,
I
that's
don't,
fine.
I'm like, yeah, I know who Zill is. He murdered my entire family.
We've put a beard on him, and we've.
Which is, you know what?
Gave
Isn't
him
that's
some
not a
face paint.
lie either. That's not a lie. He did murder my fucking family. So
That's true.
I give you some sick burn marks.
you can permanently scar me just for the fucking sake of getting onto
Running
Leviathan.
hands right to the eyeballs.
I feel like a lot of the ideas that people have involve hurting me.
Yeah, it's all we've got. Violence.
I mean, both Ali and I had just like happy to paint
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, true.
I
Exactly,
offered
let's go.
masks.
Well,
don't
what's
know
this?
about
That milky helmet is the one that I put on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I,
don't think
believe
it
so.
is. I don't think
Is
it
it?
was. But
I
sure.
thought it was.
Or if,
I,
what is
I
it
thought we
then?
got it out of the cave.
I thought it was a different thing as well, but I don't want to fucking put it on if it's
Mhm.
gonna permanently fuse to my skull.
I'm pretty sure no one has put this helmet on. We got another one, but we lost that because Zill got it taken off.
Yes, we got the one because I got it taken off by those weird people on Shalagoth, those cult people, and we had to fight our way out of there after I got it taken off.
And then we sacrificed that dude to Fanwell.
Yes. So what can you find out what the milky helmet does, Nathan?
Pretty
think-
sure it's
I think-
from the cave.
It was it was from a cave.
It's from
of
very
some
early.
sort.
yeah.
Yeah.
Searching my notes for Milky.
Is anything coming up?
No.
Try helmet.
Yeah, I might try helmet.
See, I have a different notes talking about Zill's helmet, so I don't know if it's
Yeah, I remember. I don't think it's in this book.
It is. Yeah, the only note I have on a helmet is the
The one we got from
No, there was
Haku.
a different one. It's
Yeah,
in
is the psychic helmet. A lightweight
Which is not
helmet
good.
that is made out of a strange, smooth, milk-colored material and set with small devices.
There we go then.
And it was the one that I put on.
Yeah, it is the one that you put on.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Well, we need to
There we go.
remove that from the ship's inventory then.
Yeah.
No, we need to give. We can barter them with magical items. Let's give them the fucking shitty helmet.
And the glove.
And a glove, yeah.
I mean, the glove's actually kind of good, so
Yeah, but you can't take it off ever.
I mean,
It's a good point, can't lose it.
Azoth did.
Yeah, but
mean, you
he
can-
also traveled through time.
Yeah, true.
once I get my power back, I can take them off. But
Is the server back up?
Yeah, it's I'm just loading into it now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm in now as well.
I don't know why, but the server just switched off.
Oh.
Might have possibly overheated or something. So
Do you have is the server do you have the physical server at yours?
yeah, but it's a NUC.
Okay.
Azoth, do you know what the gauntlet was called? Because I'm gonna look it up.
Gauntlet of
Gauntlet of Protection.
Protection. Yep.
Cool.
So as you guys zip, as you guys see this figure after it talks,
Called because I'm gonna look it up.
Gauntlet of
Gauntlet of Protection.
Protection. Yep.
Cool.
So, well,
Are
he's. And do you just come out to meet him, or
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, he's on our
cool.
ship, so we're all on the deck.
he goes?
So
Pleased to meet ya. My name's Chuff Jacks. Haku sent me to get you through the blockade.
okay. Thank you. Yes.
He also sent me to be kind of your makeshift guide to the beast.
Oh God, he has such an annoying voice. All right. Yeah.
I
sounds
can
good.
fill you in with anything you want to know. But first, let's get through
No, I'm
this
good.
blockade, eh? He kind of, as Dunder kind of shifts out, poking his head out, he goes, oh, I see you've met Dunder before.
Yeah. Dunder and the party go way back. Where
I doubt
for
as
better or
far
for
back
worse.
as me and him go, but sure.
Okay, sure. It's not a competition. All right.
Whoa, I'm sensing some hostility here.
Yeah, because your voice is fucking annoying. No, I don't actually say that. I think it though. Very hard.
He just kind of looks at the rest of the group and is he not had enough sleep?
Honestly, probably not.
Woke up on the wrong side of the bed, did you, Captain? And he kind of
He's
laughs a little bit at you.
organized.
Well, anyway, I've already talked to the Captain Thunderface down there. We're going to get you through the barricade right now. So if you just keep going, and he kind of points you, steers you in the right direction towards where you need to be heading.
All right. Well, I'll head in that direction.
So as you kind of head in that direction, you begin to descend through Leviathan's storm-choked skies. The waves below part long enough to reveal a monstrous silhouette rising from the sea. It isn't a ship, it isn't a city, it's both, and neither. A floating fortress forged from the broken remains of hundreds of spelljammers, lashed together with thick chains, rusted iron, and dark magic. Masts jut at odd angles like bones from a corpse. Walkways made from shattered hulls crisscross the surface. Smoke coils from chimneys welded to old engine cores. And sails, mismatched and patchworked, flap their wings in the salty wind. All around, pirate flags flutter. Each a different symbol, each claiming a piece of this drifting monstrosity. Gunports peak from every level. Ballistae and arcane turrets track your movements as you descend. The city is alive with sound, shouting voices, clanging metal, drunken laughter, and the occasional gunshot. You hear sea shanties sung in at least 5 different languages, and none of them friendly. This is the Beast, Leviathan's crown jewel, and a home for pirates, outcasts, and the damned. So as you guys kind of land down, I will give you the map. L'image, as they would say.
That's just really cool.
So Chuff kind of like walks up to, I guess, Arlie, bends down a little bit and goes, "So what's your name, love?"
Dal.
Arlie, nice to meet you. I'm Chuff Jacks. So you're the Captain Squeeze, huh? Huh?
How do you know?
Well, you're the only woman on this ship, and I mean, I assume you're the only woman on this ship.
No.
Well, I mean, bold of me to assume,
no.
but
You also aren't the only woman on this ship.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said no.
Oh, yeah, true.
where's the? Well,
There's more of us.
is there? Well, I only see a handful of you. And then he kind of goes over the rest of yous, introduces himself to everyone. He calls himself Chuff Jacks, but he's like, but you can call me Jacks or Chuff Jacks, whichever one helps tickles your fancy.
This guy's a freak.
Why are you so friendly?
Oh, I mean, I've been like this all my life.
Because I used to be like that too, and then like everybody died, and I didn't feel that good anymore.
Well, I mean, you just got to kind of look on the bright side of everything, and then you can be as happy as you want to be, you know? I mean, it sucks that people are dying and shit, but, you know, that's life.
You know what? He's got a point. It does suck that people are dying and shit.
All right, well.
I mean, if I can brighten anybody's day, then I've done my job.
You are currently doing the opposite
Yeah.
to my day, Chuff. You're actively making my day worse.
So
Don't
what?
listen to him, Chuff. You're doing fine.
Oh, thanks, man. What's your name?
John,
John. Nice to meet you. I'm Chuff, or Jax,
I will actually
or Chuff
put my hand out to
Jacks.
shake hands.
He
fucking
puts his
God.
hand out to shake your hand as well. It's at this point you notice that his webbing underneath his arm, these are normally webbed like monkey creatures. His webbing has holes all the way through it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So anyway, what are we looking at doing here in the Beast now that I got you through to the planet surface? And then that's when Dunder kind of kicks in. He's like, well, I'm off for a drink. And he just kind of like steps off your ship onto the dock
Oh,
and then continues off into
Why
the
do
Beast.
we have to put up with you?
Chuff should be more like Dunder. He should be less helpful, I think.
No,
I think
no. Dunda put pee on my head.
he put pee on your head. Oh, that's funny. What the
Well,
hell?
I think we're hoping to talk to the boss man.
Someone in charge.
The boss man. Well, you see, there isn't really a boss man. There's maybe one boss man, but he hasn't been seen for years.
Right. Well, I guess we should...
Yeah, you probably heard
there-
stories about him. You know, Grim. Have you heard of Grim?
Oh, yeah,
Grim?
true.
You know, Grim's vault.
Yeah.
He has like a vault. It floats in the
my
ocean, but not the
fucking
ocean. It's
God.
like in the sky.
Love this dude so much.
Can I change one of my spells so that I can fucking cast
Power word
silence
kill.
on him? Power word kill. I need to cast silence on
Well,
this
I mean,
motherfucker,
if you're
man.
looking at conversing with some of the locals, I mean, there's a few places to go, but I mean, if you're looking for the most central, you're probably looking at the Monster's Heart. It's probably one of the best places to go if you want to meet some people.
Well, speaking of Grim, and the vault. I assume you've heard of the vault. Oh, you're just speaking of the vault.
Oh, I was just speaking of the vault. You don't have very
yeah.
good memory, do you, man?
No, it's just a lot of things happening.
All the heroin.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. With all the spooky space stuff, the spiders, I mean, it's a pretty crazy
Yeah.
time, isn't it?
He had keys to the vault, didn't he?
Ah, yeah, the keys to the vault, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any? Does any in the town?
Nah,
In the beast?
no idea.
No idea.
No idea. I mean, I might
It's a
have some
shame.
idea, but no idea. You know? I know what the
Inside
keys
check.
are, and I know what they look
Inside.
like from the pictures in the books, but, I mean, I don't read, so, you know, there's that.
Yeah, that's why you like to look at
29
the
insight
pictures.
insight check to see if you c- like. I know the DC is probably going to be high, but if
He's definitely seen them from the pictures in the picture books, but he doesn't read, so he's on the level. He's telling you the truth.
no worries.
Doesn't
Well,
strike me as the kind of person to read.
I'd love to see one in person. If you had no one's on the ship, I'll pay you for the information.
Well, I mean,
On the beach.
I don't know anyone that's really seen one. I mean, you can ask around town, but I mean, if you don't really have a direction, I can't really point you in a direction. Like, you're looking for something to eat? You're looking to buy some stuff? Like, what do you fancy? Tell me and I'll tell you where to go.
Is there a place where the leaders of the different crews get together?
Yeah, that definitely is. That's the Monster's Heart. It's a central tavern of the whole place. I can take you there.
Let Ali do her thing first.
Ollie?
While this is going on, I want to use my new class feature.
Woo!
For Psychic Veil. And then, so I'm going to be invisible.
Oh.
And everything I wear and carry. And then I'm also going to cast invisibility on, what's my dragon's name?
Ophelia.
Elio.
Ophelia, thank you. So we are both invisible.
Cool. You are both now invisible. He kind of gets some of the rigging ready for you so that you can depart. But before he does, he goes, "Look, before we go, your friend here," and he kind of like leans his head towards Zill and goes, "Sorry, Captain. Kind of shouldn't be walking around with a face like that, you know. You get what I'm saying? Well, I got something for that. If I can."
What is it?
He pulls out a paper bag that has 2 holes cut in it. I mean,
I
there's
suppose
not
it'll
very
do
many
for
smart
now.
folk in the beast, but like it'll do for what I guess, Just
Yeah, I suppose.
just
it'll
don't
do
act
for
like
now.
you're royalty, Like if you act like you're royalty, people are going to put 2 and 2 together. And anyway, he puts the cardboard, like the paper bag, on your head, and he goes, "Yeah." And he pulls out like a little ink vial and then draws a smiley
Just
face
sort of
on it.
smiley face on
He
it.
goes, "Yeah, that's it." Anyway, let's go to the Monster's Heart, eh? And he begins trekking down the main street towards the Monster's Heart. You guys follow?
Sure.
Cool. So he kind of like zigzags through a bunch of like little, they're almost dwellings, but like they're like almost like what would you call them? Like spelljammer rooms that are now being purposed as entryways to dwellings. Almost
Yeah.
like foyers, until eventually you step through an archway made of fused kraken ribs and salvaged ship hulls into a cavernous chamber lit by flickering lanterns, glowing fungi, and the occasional spark of magical misfire. The walls are a mismatched blend of volcanic stone, ship timbers, coral crusts, and metal plating. A tapestry of the pirate clans that kind of make this place whole. At the center sits a colossal dragon bone throne, draped in netting and riddled with glowing runes. Despite the voracious life around it, the throne remains empty, silent as the grave. No pirate dares sit on Grim's throne. Scattered around the hall are semi-segregated sections, each decorated in the signature flair of the captains who gather here. And I will dares sit on Grim's throne. Scattered around the hall are semi-segregated sections, rated in the
love how Foundry loads to like 92%, and
And then-
it just goes.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
just
So
like
just there.
They're close enough's good enough, eh? Just like the building industry.
It's good. Looks good from my house.
That's the one. Bit of
Kind of glad that
do your best
Charpok's not
vodka
here.
rest.
Because he would immediately try and sit on the throne.
Yeah, he'd immediately try and sit on the throne. Yeah.
Yeah, so Chuff kind of brings you in and goes, yeah, this is welcome to the Monster Heart. And he kind of like gestures to everything around him. As you guys walk in, you do notice a bunch of unsavory pirates all look at you, and the like silence almost fills the air for a second, and then it goes. Everybody kind of like looks back away and starts going back through their conversations and yeah, revelry. Chuff kind of goes, well, this is, I guess, neutral ground. I would discourage any fights, so probably don't do anything too drastic. I mean, there's a little bit rough and tumble. That's understandable. We're all pirates, you know. But yeah, don't draw blood. That's all I can say. A little bit of fisticuffs, but yeah, don't draw blood. Yeah. Grab a table. And he kind of like points towards a table that's half filled with what look to be a grouping of clowns.
What?
Yeah. Clowns. Oh no, not the fucking no! We're staying away from those. We're not going. Don't interact with the clowns. Just keep going. We don't want
Are
to
they
fuck with the
insane? And are they a posse? By
They
any
are.
chance?
They are. Yeah, they're an insane clown posse. They're an insane space clown posse.
I
Yeah,
offer to shake their hand.
as in the clown's hands.
Sure.
You see one of them look over
Oh,
with this
God.
massive smile, and it instantly goes sour, and he just kind of looks at you and goes, "Eh," and then just continues back with his conversation. It's
okay.
almost as
Not as
if
bad as I
people don't want to interact with you at all. Jack's kind of after you guys are looking around for a few seconds, he comes back with a tankard each in his hands, kind of interlocked through the handles, and he kind of sways a little bit as he comes through back to you and lands on the table, bringing you guys a drink of ale each.
That's nice of him.
He kind of like leans on the table and he goes, "That there, you see that chap there?" And he points at this what looks to be a turtle. That's kind of like got a few old flags kind of draped across his front. There seems to be some sort of stick stuck between his, or at least a handle to something stuck between his shell. Yeah, he points to him and goes, That's Bosun 3 Knot. He's kind of a retired adventurer, that's it, you know, you people. He kind of runs this place. He's a bit of an unofficial host. He's well beyond his years, if you know what I mean. And he kind of nudges one of you in the, like, Azoth in the ribs.
Don't do that again.
He just kind of like takes a slight step to the side and goes, "Yeah, beyond his years, if you know what I mean," and then nudges Sol in the ribs.
Well,
I
I
love
am
this
quite
so much.
old.
Huh?
I would
love
say,
this
well,
so
I am quite old.
Right, well, yeah, if you kind of want to know anything that I can't tell you, not that I wouldn't be able to tell you anything you want to know, feel free to ask Bosun. He's pretty knowledgeable. Can be a bit slow, but, you know, that's turtles for you. Well, have a drink, sit down, relax, welcome. You're all kind of being pretty silent, it's wigging me out.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have anything to say to you, to be honest.
Oh, what are you talking about, man?
I am just gonna drink my beer and not say anything. yet.
Right. Well, yeah.
Would you like a drink? Being the guide here, I'm happy to shout you a drink.
Can't drink and fly. You know what they say.
That's not something I'd expect to hear from a pirate, but I admire your responsibility, my friend.
Well, I mean, if I drink and fly, I end up in all sorts of trouble. So, not a good idea.
That's fair enough. I'm gonna stick my head up, look around. Is our good friend down Dunder hanging around somewhere?
Give me a perception check.
13.
Cool. As you look around, you don't see Dunder. You do see a number of individuals kind of like pay you guys a little bit more attention. You see a woman with a kraken tooth necklace, chewing on what looks to be some sort of eel, as it just like hangs out of her mouth. She's just kind of like chewing on it. You see a fire-scarred tiefling with molten tattoos and shimmering eyes. You also see a
Easy, Sass. Easy.
what can only be described as the Grim Reaper in armor, sitting in the back with his hands like just silently watching you, and all you can see is these like almost crimson orange, like these very deep orange eyes from beneath his hood. I will show you what
And you
they
say
look
he
like.
and he has a scythe. You say.
Why she got up?
Wait, no, never mind. I thought it was going to be Arda, but no, it's actually just a fucking skeleton man.
Yeah, you do notice the skeleton man's hands are like completely black. But that's who you see in the current vicinity. Yes, Azoth?
Yeah, with the hot eel go.
Yeah.
Azoth would lean towards Sol and just put his hand on his shoulder and be like, I know we're not in the best spot at the moment, but I might need your help being subtle. And I'm going to try to like minimize myself as best as like a 8-foot dragonborn can. like try to just like look small.
Sol doesn't say anything, but he flexes his wings out just to occupy more space, so that Azoth is less noticeable than the glowing orange robot with wings.
You see a couple of people kind of take note of this like bigger display of this robot, and a couple people like just randomly throughout the room just kind of like look over, whisper something to like their friends or something, and then you hear like laughing. You hear a gunshot from outside, and then like somebody falls over a chair, and everybody laughs at them. And this is like a very boisterous area.
None of these guys are the way back at the very start of the campaign. We were getting chased by a pirate.
Oh, no, we killed him, didn't we? Red,
we?
something or other.
We just all landed on the moon.
Oh, that's right.
I don't
No,
think we
didn't.
killed him. We were running from
No,
him
we
for
didn't.
ages.
It was red.
The Ragnar.
Red. Yeah,
Ragnar.
Yeah, I was about to say Ragnar the Red, and that's the fucking song from Skyrim.
No, there does not seem to be any of that imagery in this place.
We should probably ask around about him, see what his deal is.
Actually, was he the one in the bar that we killed when me and John and Vi were in the bar, and I set the place on fire?
No.
Set the place on fire.
No, that was one of his lieutenants.
Okay.
So same pirate crew, but not
Yeah.
Not the leader.
not the captain.
I'm just gonna lean over to Zeal and go, "Did you want to do the talking?" Or
Sure. It is a little bit difficult with a bag over my head, but I will.
I am happy to.
No,
have
that's
your
fine.
back.
I can. Yeah, I can do the talking. I've got to come up with reason for why I've got a bag over my head. I'll just say I'm horribly disfigured and I need to hide my shame. Yeah, I can do the talking. Who did you want to?
Also, side
Okay.
note, why don't we just go to town and buy mask?
Probably
That'd
would
be a
make
good
sense.
idea as well. And we can do that as well. But for now, I think the paper bag seems to be doing fine. Who did you want to talk to?
Perhaps the turtle might be the best place to start.
Okay. Well, I'll head over to the turtle.
Cool. He kind of like turns to meet you slightly, like a little bit slowly, and goes, "Well, hello there.
Oh fucking hell!
What might your
Oh.
name be?"
My name is Zil.
Welcome, Zil, to the Monster's Heart.
Thank you.
Oh, where are my manners? I'm Bosun 3-0. At your service.
3-0. Well, it's lovely to meet you. I'm sure, as you could tell, we're new in town. Could you, I don't know, give us some directions for places that are kind of, I guess, important? Also, we would like to talk to. Oh, we've already been informed that there is no one in charge. However, is there some form of? I'm assuming that there needs to be some form of pirate captain. Must be some form of like treaty or something that kind of keeps all the different areas at peace. Do they have do they have like a council or some sort of thing where they meet, like a chambers where they meet?
Yes, they use the Monster's Heart here to meet.
Okay. Do you know when these meetings usually occur? Because
Only
ideally
when they're
we would
called.
right. And who has the authority to call these meetings?
I mean, at the moment, any of the captains.
Sure. Okay. So we need to find a captain, get them to call a meeting.
Yes, there's
Okay.
12 heads.
Okay. And do you know their names?
Yes, I can fill
there's-
you in.
We've got Virex Stormlash Dren.
No, he's not a Captain Lord.
Oh, he's not a Captain Lord, right?
He's just
what
a
about,
captain.
Right. What about Ragnar? Is he a Captain Lord?
No, not quite.
Oh, good.
He's
God.
in that middle management section.
He's in middle management. All right. I hate him even more now. Okay. Well, can you just give me the list of all the?
Yes, you have Ralma, Tidebreaker, Bloodhook.
Wait. Hold on. Give me a second. Can you just say them in a normal voice,
Okay,
please, so I can
sure.
actually understand what you're saying?
So,
Thank you.
Ralma, he fills you in with all the different pirates, and they're like
Mm-hmm.
the heads of each of the high groups. So the ones
Mm-hmm.
that actually have control in this area. The first crew name you've got is the Brine Blood Brotherhood.
Okay. Brine Blood Brotherhood.
Yep.
Yep.
Who is led by Ralmar, Tidebreaker Bloodhook.
Ralmar, and I'm assuming Tidebreaker is his like nickname.
Yep.
Breaker. Blood.
Bloodhook. Yep.
Yep.
Then you have the Embervein Covenant. So what did you want to do while we're going through this list?
Two things. Given that we were told that this turtle guy was an adventurer, does he have any sort of like insignia or gear or anything that doesn't look like a pirate should have it?
Give me a perception check. So the Embervein Covenant is led by Ignis Moltar.
Yep.
24.
24. So he seems to be wearing like a mismatch of different insignia, all from many different pirate crews. Almost as if like these pirate crews are not necessarily
Anything specifically from his adventuring days. Like, obviously, we would see all of the pirate-esque insignia and garb around the room. Is there anything on him that doesn't look like it's from pirate origin?
There is a single like patch that doesn't match any of the things in the room. It's just of like a turtle shell, with the letter T in it,
T for turtle.
or the letter IT, I should say.
I'm so convinced this is fucking Erdl. But anyway, the second thing I want to do is, without bringing attention to Azoth, I kind of want to whisper over my shoulder and ask, Azoth, do any of the pirates here look familiar to you?
Can I do a scan?
Yep, do a scan. The next set that he fills you in on is called the Void Wings, which is led by Lyra Stella Claw Thorn.
25.
25. You scan the room. There does not seem to be any of the pirates that had taken you in this current vicinity.
Is it, sorry, Lyra Delaclaw Thorn?
Thorn, Thorne. Yep.
It looks like we are all good. So and I'll kind of step out from under his wing and start drinking my drink.
Yeah, perfect.
The next set he fills you in from is called the Gullet Guild.
Yep.
Who is led by Frollo, Grave Pallet, Crow Feast.
Grave Pallet.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what kind of food he likes.
Yes, Azza?
It's got stuff for in between. If we know that the other two are invisible, so in one of my drink, I'm just gonna like pour over the side of a table, hoping Ophelia's there.
Yeah, you just see
catch it.
this. You just see this like lapping up of the liquid on the floor. It is alcohol, so you are feeding a child alcohol.
Yeah, she's old enough at this point, surely.
So it was Frollo, Grave Pallet,
Crow Feast.
Crow Feast.
Yeah.
Also with Soul, I'll slide and a necklace with a little stone across the table and just say, I failed to mention the other things that I saw, and there was plenty of versions of you that was good, that created, and versions of us that stayed on that planet in peace. So, sorry for focusing on the negative, but for what it's worth, there was a lot of good potential too. And I'll hand you a stone of good luck.
Ooh,
Or a luck stone.
a luck stone.
Oh, a luck
I
stone.
will-
Damn.
Gimme.
The next group that he fills you in on is the Amp Wreckers. Led by Squeal, Thunderbash, Volta.
You know, they're going to be band people. They're going to have
Yeah.
guitars and shit.
It's gonna be like Mad Max.
And then there's the Mawborn, Mawborn. Led by Torgal Deep Gorge.
I bet he has a deep gorge.
Yeah.
And then,
Yep.
then there's the Cog Rotted. Led by Thrax, Rustbane, Grindclaw.
I love how pirate captains just have really schwanky names.
Yeah.
Thrax.
They-
Was
they-
it Thrax?
They have to.
Thrax, Rustbane, Grindclaw.
I bet you when they pick up at the clubs, they tell the other half that they've got to say their name in bed just so they can finish.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Grind Claw.
Yep. Then there's the Drip Spire Collective.
Fucking hell. How many of these are there?
There's another 3 after this one. So there's the Drip Spire Collective.
Yep.
led by Plorvix the Slime Mind.
That's his name, Paul Plorvix, the Slime Mind.
Yeah. And then there's the Helios Seekers.
Yep.
Led by Surya Radiant Dawnstrider.
Jesus. Sir. How do you spell that name?
Surya. Surya.
Sur. Surya. And
Radiant.
Radiant.
Dawnstrider.
Is their nickname.
Yep.
Yeah. Dawnstrider.
Then next is the Living Canvas. Led by Mela Brushstroke Veldrin.
I'm going to be right back.
And last but not least...
Sorry, Veldrin, was it?
Yeah, Veldrin. Veldrin.
R-I-N, yep.
Yep, and last but not least, the Grinless Legion. Led by Otho Soul Grip Reaver.
Otho Soul Grip
Reaver.
Griever.
No, Reaver. R-E-A-V-E-R.
Yeah.
Yes, Sol?
Jesus Christ.
How long are we here for starters?
I guess as long as it takes.
You've been here for maybe half an hour.
Would I have enough time to unequip and also equip another magic item?
Yeah, probably.
Sick, I'm gonna do that.
Attunement takes, if you need to attune to it,
Hour,
then
right?
it takes 8 hours, I'm pretty sure.
8 hours?
Does it?
Nah, short rest. You can do it over a short rest.
Oh, short rest. Okay. Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
So
sick, I'm gonna do
anybody that wants to
Um,
take a short rest can take a short rest, and we'll just say we'll skip it to the hour while you guys are doing things.
Yeah.
And then to Azoth, you say there were versions where we just got to stay on our planet.
Yep.
I do miss that place sometimes.
It did hold a piece that I don't think either of us had had for a while.
Or since.
For what it's worth, I think there was levels of regrets, or at least on my part, when we did stay there. It's
How so?
Survival's purpose in some cases, but what we're doing here is more important.
The bigger picture, they say.
Something like that. I do miss our cave, though.
I do wonder how I made it here, considering why I was manufactured in the first place.
I think we're all stepping out of our expected bounds. But for whatever it's worth, I'm glad you're here, and you have been here.
I'm glad to have you back. It has been somewhat aimless without.
We've got some targets now, but I don't think we'll be going back to the snowy, peaceful planet anytime soon.
That is a shame, but necessary.
John owes me a drink. I reckon I can get him to buy you one too.
It wouldn't really achieve much for me, but if you want, you can have mine.
It's like slam on the table, obviously confident now, and you're like, John!
What I do?
Sol needs a drink for him personally, and one for me.
I'm going to head to the bar then.
Cool. So you head to the bar. Bosun is there talking to Zill, and he's just finished filling him in with all the different pirate captains and the pirate groups. So you see, those are the pirate lords. There are a bunch more, like hundreds of crews. New crews pop up every day. But they are lesser known, lesser feared.
Okay, well, thank you for that information. Out of all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Out of all 11, which ones would you say are the most approachable? The least
pirate.
the least senselessly violent. We don't necessarily. We want them to be violent, but not so violent that they won't. You know.
Well, the Void Wings run the celestial hatchery in the beast, so they are generally more talkative, more calm. Then you have the Cog Rotted. They're very tech-minded, so I'm sure with your friend, and he kind of nods his head towards Sol, he goes, I'm sure they would love to look at your automaton and discuss it.
Him. Discuss him.
Sorry, my bad. Then there's the Living Canvas is... They are very big artists, so not very well known for their violence. There is also the Helios Seekers. They run the Solar Spindle. It's kind of like an observatory.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's good information. Let me buy you a drink in return in exchange.
It's quite alright. I get my drinks for free.
Oh, okay. Well, is there any way that I can repay you for this information?
A firm handshake, and he puts his hand out.
Alright.
Shakes your
I
hand.
give him a firm handshake.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna return back to the party and just convey that kind of information and say.
Sol is very excited about the Helios Seekers.
Let me write that down.
Do I recognize any of the names, Nate?
No. None of them... Oh, actually, no. Yes, you do. You recognize every single one of the names.
Oh.
Yeah,
No, you don't. Actually, yes, you do.
None of them of which you've personally met or personally had anything to do with.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you've definitely heard the names and definitely know that these are people of power.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a reason they are considered the pinnacle of the captains, and there's a reason why they make decisions for a lot of other captains, even though some captains don't agree with it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
When John gets back to the table, he has the 2 drinks for Azoth, but then thought Sol might also want something. So he got like this weird mix of like oil and lighter fluid thing. That's like this emulsion of just machine oils and shit like that. And he's like, I don't know, just you might like it.
Pour it over your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just start like servicing my joints and shit with it.
I'll go for like a handshake for John and a cheers and say thank you. Get paid.
Anytime, friend.
Cool. So, yeah, Zill fills you in with all the things. Yeah, Azoth shares that, what the, like, essentially his information from it. Not much, but it's like, these are the top of the captains. You heard about them through, like, whisperings and dealings through the crew that took you. And, yeah, I guess that's where we'll end tonight's session.
No.
Oh,
We can continue going if you want to continue going, but I think it's quite late.
It is late.
Yeah, it's quite late. So
I'll be
we
honest,
will...
mate,
Huh? Okay.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest though, I could probably sneak in another hour.
Another hour? Oh my god. Damn.
We will
have to
call
do
it
another
there.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to our two sponsors, to Stabby Joe & Co and W.GG. And we will see you next Tuesday for Rime of the Frost Maiden, or following Friday for...
Not next Friday, Friday after.
Yeah, Friday after for the continuation of the Pirate Saga. Bye-bye.
Pirate off. Bye-bye.